The 9 most famous ice wine brands in Canada. It is not easy to pick out 9 brands. Canadian ice wine is small in the world of wine, and its production and sales are not large. I can find these brands if I have a name. 1. Iniskallen Yuengling. It is no exaggeration to say that Yuengling is the king of Canadian ice wine. It is first class in terms of quality, price and reputation, and has the highest popularity in China. These ice wines are produced near Niagara Falls and Lake Ontario, and are mainly made from 2 grape varieties, Chardonnay or Vidal. In December of each year, people begin to harvest grapes that are often frozen and thawed and thus concentrate a lot of sugar. 2. Peller Estates. Peller Estates, also known as Woodpecker Estates, is located in the Niagara Peninsula in Ontario, Canada. It is the top winery in the region. Its ice wine has won numerous international awards. 3. Piloteri. The vineyard of Piritelli has a planting area of 40 hectares. The main grape varieties planted are Vitis vinifera, and French hybrid. The wine exudes lemon, melon, and walnut flavors with honey. Therefore, the wine is delicate and fragrant. 4. Jackson Triggs. This wine has a strong fruit aroma and delicate acidity, which caresses your taste buds, balances and harmonizes, and ends with a silky and delicate aftertaste. Aroma classification: papaya, mango and almond have strong tropical flavor. 5. Magnata. This is a red wine from Ontario, Canada. It has a fruity aroma, a round and full taste, and shows the blending style of the old and new worlds. 6. Wayne Gretzky Estates. This ice wine is golden in color, bright in color, with classic peach, orange, carambola, and nectar aroma. This wine has a complex taste, gorgeous and sweet taste, with a perfect balance of sweetness and acidity. You can feel the rich flavor of sweet orange, lemon preserves and guava at the mouth, with a long and pleasant aftertaste. 7. Reef Estate. This wine has aromas of plum, cranberry and blackberry, with mineral flavor. The taste of raspberry and plum is soft, and the fresh acidity and smooth tannin complement each other. 8. Lakeview Cellars. This ice white wine produced by the winery is brewed with 100% Weddell. It emits classic honey, lemon, citrus and other aromas. It has pure and rich citrus fruit, nectarine, flower and nut flavors. The taste is sweet and mellow. At the same time, it has sufficient acidity to balance with it. It is very suitable to accompany fresh fruit, cake and other desserts. 9. Mission Hill Family Estate. This is a red wine from British Columbia, Canada. It has a deep black cherry color. It emits a strong aroma of plum, blackberry and mocha coffee. The tannins are like dust, with a grain feeling, rich fruit flavor and a long aftertaste. It also has the smell of espresso, moustrail and celery. Popularize some knowledge of ice wine. Ice wine is a kind of wine. As the name implies, it is brewed from frozen grapes. When pressed, most of the water is still solid ice. Solid-liquid separation is used to remove the water in the juice, so as to concentrate the flavor and increase the sugar content. So ice wine is actually ice-free wine. In theory, as long as grapes can be planted and the winter weather is cold enough, ice wine can be brewed. There is no limit to grape varieties. Even after the grapes are collected and put into the refrigerator for freezing, ice wine can be brewed. Of course, it is not allowed by law, but the principle is the same. The main reason why ice wine is more expensive than ordinary wine is the cost. For example, about 8 kilograms of Canadian ice wine can brew 375 milliliters of finished products. Can it not be expensive? Although ice wine is much more expensive than ordinary wine on the whole, the high-end goods at the head are much cheaper than high-end expensive rotten sweet wine. After all, the cultivation of expensive rotten grapes is more difficult than ice wine. The top expensive rotten grapes will lose about 95% of water, and the cost is naturally higher. The technical threshold of ice wine is not high, so it is produced in many countries around the world, but the yield is limited. After all, there are not many places to grow grapes in the ice and snow. Ice wine was born in Germany in 1765, but the Germans seem to be more interested in expensive and rotten wine. Instead, it has become a national wine in Canada. Now it is produced in the United States, Chile, France, China, and other countries. As consumers' eyes should be bright, many domestic businesses sell ordinary sweet wine as ice wine, because the bottles are almost the same, and it is difficult to distinguish the sweet taste. So please check whether there is ice wine or ice wine on the wine label. Go to tmalljd.com and see that 90% of the ice wine on sale is not real ice wine. The Canadian famous brands mentioned above also have late harvest products. The bottles look similar, but they are much cheaper than ice wine.